already
Thankfully,
beginning.
we just escaped the tape of the Christmas.
We were about to have a bit of Christmas disco music there. But, do you enjoy that moment of getting yourself involved in the party? No, you see. Well, actually, do you know what? Let's just play the music. There we go. We've got it now. That's got Noel started.
Better, ours
well, I think yours was better anyway. Do you enjoy all that festive cheer with your colleagues, or is it a bit of a nightmare? I'm joined by business executive Felicity Huston and also Jason O'Neill, who's been both an employee and the manager. Jason, to you first. I mean, it is a chance for people to go out and enjoy themselves with their friends, but very often that means alcohol's involved, and that's not always a good thing.
No, it isn't. You want to get merry, I suppose, but not too merry. You need to really know your limits when it comes to the Christmas party and alcohol, because it can be a minefield otherwise.
Have you had experience of this from one side or the other?
Yes, I have. Actually, I know of one company that had to ban their Christmas party because the number of HR cases were rising as a result of it. But I think where there's tensions maybe simmering under the surface during the year, they tend to boil over when people have a bit of Dutch courage at Christmas time. Yeah,
and the truth is Felicity, I mean, people who work together, they're not necessarily going to be friends in a social context, are they?
No, I think that's part of the problem, that, I refer to it as forced jollification. Everybody's shoved together and we're all going to pretend we're going to get on. But I've also seen it go hideously wrong. Many years ago, I was a tax inspector and I witnessed two very senior tax inspectors trading punches in a bar in downtown Belfast after the Christmas dinner. I mean, that's how bad it could get. They were actually thrown out of the pub in the end. Who would think it?
Bar humbug, though. I mean, the truth is if you are going to get wild once a year, I mean, obviously we don't encourage people beating lumps out of each other, but certainly going out and kind of getting merry with people that you can make your friends, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, it should be. And I mean, there are times, I agree, when it's an opportunity, maybe if you're in a big office particularly, to talk to people that actually you get very little chance to talk to. And it can be positive like that. But I've also suffered from being the only vegetarian at the party.
Oh, I'm with you.
Which is a rough place to be, staring at a plate of mashed potato and Brussels sprouts while everybody else around you is eating
Can't beat a good nut roast.
Oh, if only. It's not even as good as that normally, Noel. It's something truly dreadful because they've forgotten about you and everybody's looking at you and tutting, and so that adds to the misery. But I suppose, a couple of glasses of wine and maybe things do improve, but it's the happy level, a couple of glasses of wine, everything's fine. A few more, it can get a bit out of control, and then things just can go very messy.
We were talking at the start of the month, Jason, about Christmas jumpers, and that kind of, I suppose, fits in with the whole idea of this forced jollification. I mean, are there bits of it that actually you just really don't like?
No, I actually really enjoy a Christmas party. I think, you do want to make an effort, but you don't want to go over the top. I was interested, actually, at the weekend. I seen an article which said that 50% of people confessed to witnessing a co-worker cheating on their partner at the Christmas party. So I wasn't sure if that's a symptom of a bad Christmas party or a bad relationship, but maybe that's something to avoid.
I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, Felicity, the truth is that, mistletoe can be a dangerous thing.
Well, clearly, I must admit, I never saw that going on. So we were too busy watching the violence to notice what else was going on in the back room. But, one does hear terrible stories of things that happened and people looking very embarrassed a couple of days later, when they've come in and the hangover's gone and they have to look that person in the eye. It can all get a bit difficult. I mean, it should be a bit of fun. I think people just get a bit out of proportion and then it gets a bit hysterical. In an ideal world, yes, of course, why not enjoy yourselves and just don't put too much into it. I think people expect it to be this social event of the year, and that's sometimes when it becomes a bit disappointing as well.
Noel and I, of course, both missed the Christmas party at the weekend,
Sadly,
which was on here. Although we did
have that you were banned. No?
Well, I didn't do anything last year. I just want to make that very, very clear. Although we did have a conversation, of course, earlier this month, whenever I was last on, and we're talking about Christmas jumpers. And the steal was, if I bought the Christmas jumper, Noel would wear it. So I hand over the Christmas jumper, which we really need to get on Twitter. If you rip it open there and you can see it, I hope you're dressing well for Christmas this year, Felicity.
Oh, absolutely. I have a very sort of select-looking Christmas jumper. Actually, I bought on holiday in Spain, so nobody else has one like it. That's my way of dealing with it.
Mine's got a reindeer on it. It's clearly Rudolph, but a red nose going on.
And if you put the red nose up to the microphone and just press it.
Oh, it gets worse.
Here we go. Hopefully.
Take it back, Chris.
Lovely.
There you go. Noel's all set for a Christmas party. We're thrilled.
I really wish you hadn't.
Felicity Huston and Jason O'Neill, thank you very much. I promise we will get Noel in that jumper and we will put the picture up in a minute. In the meantime,
let's go to the juice desk where